Audible lets you enjoy all of your audio entertainment in one app. You'll always find the best of what you love or something new to discover. Hey, Ronnie, what have you been listening to on Audible lately?
Well, you know I love some wellness in my life.
Yes.
I read a lot of books that help me, and especially because it is a new year, okay? So I've been really working on my habits. So I've been working on Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's the title I'm really into right now. It's my New Year's title. And guess what? I'm already habitually, atomically better.
Great. Well, here's something to also make you better. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/crappins or text crappins to 500-500.
This episode is supported by FX's Feud, Capote versus the Swans.
Inspired by actual events, the series tells the story of writer Truman Capote and the women he betrayed.
The original Housewives, they were society's most elite women, rich, glamorous socialites who defined a bygone era of high society New York.
From creator Ryan Murphy, this drama series features an all-star cast,
including Naomi Watts, Demi Moore, Diane Lane, Molly Ringwald,
Callista Flockhart, Chloe Sevigny, and Tom Hollander as Truman Capote.
FX's Feud premieres January 31st on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you're hearing are the sounds of people everywhere putting on Bombas socks, underwear, and T-shirts made from absurdly soft materials that feel like plush clouds. Yeah, that plush. And the best part? For every item you purchase, Bombas donates another to someone facing homelessness.
Bombas. Big comfort for everyone. Go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code Wondery for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/Wondery. Code Wondery.
Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens? Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappins, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker. And I'm just going to temporarily pull over this van so that way Ronnie can get a breath of fresh air. Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Guys, look at my veins. Look at my veins.
Should I call 911? How's it going? It's Ronnie Karam, my wonderful co-host.
Well, how are you? I would like to take a moment and say, Ben, happy anniversary. This is our 12-year anniversary on Watch What Crappins. Isn't that crazy? And I know because I opened Facebook, and yes, I still have Facebook because I'm an old bitch, so everybody just back the fuck off, okay? I like it. But, well, I don't really like it. I just have it still. Anyway, the point is, I opened Facebook, and there was a memory from 7 years ago, and it said, this is our 5-year anniversary, and it was an episode that we did with Lisa Rinna to celebrate our 5-year anniversary, and that was 7 years ago. That is nuts. I can't believe we're 12.
I know. Isn't that wild? We're a year away from our Crappies bar mitzvah. Maybe next year that'll be the theme for the Crappies bar mitzvah.
Oh my God.
Do you want to know who else is celebrating a birthday today?
Who?
January 25th.
Who?
Ariana DeBose. Also Alicia Keys. So I will wail off tune.
On fire. I heard her sing that on some live show, and I was like, literally? Because it sounds like someone's pinching you really hard. I shouldn't say that on your birthday, though. Love you, Alicia.
There's actually not a huge amount of like really big exciting ones. I'm like looking, I'm scrolling as quickly as possible. Stephen Chbosky, I guess.
Well, you know what is weird is, do you know who I share a birthday with? August 25th? Leonard Bernstein.
Wow.
And he wrote West Side Story with Ariana DeBose. So I'm having a West Side Story kind of a day.
Wait a second, Ronnie. Something major just happened. Who is one of the random sitcom actresses that I frequently mention?
Overall.
Very close.
Marky Post.
No, go back to the Park Overall space.
Park Overall. Oh God, what are the girls on that show? Empty Nest person.
Yes,
I forget their names right now.
Dinah Manoff. Her birthday is today. Our podcast is the same day as Dinah Manoff's birthday. How did it take us 12 years to discover that? That is like literally.
That's amazing. Okay, follow her right now. Follow her right now. That'll be her present. I'm sure she's going to be thrilled.
That's her present.
And then later we'll post it.
Happy birthday. We give you us.
And everybody who's listening to this, do a story or something and tag Dinah Manoff and say, oh my God, happy birthday. You're the same birthday as Watch What Crappens. Let's see how annoyed we can get. She's still with us, right? Dinah Manoff.
She is. By the way, it's also Etta James's birthday. So there's that.
I love her. Okay, we need to stop this and get on with the show. But Etta James, I think, well, no offense, because what if Dinah Manoff listens after everybody stalks her? And I'm like, Etta James is better. Sorry, but oh my God, Etta. I sang one of your songs at my sister's wedding. She's divorced now, so I blame you. Okay, let's get on to the announcement. So Watch What Crappens, the Golden Crappie Awards are coming up, which I guess would be our 12th Crappie Awards, right? We've done them since the first year. So the 12th annual Watch What Crappens Golden Crappie Awards, live in Los Angeles, February 17th at the Palace Theater. Get your tickets at watchwhatcrappens.com. There's ticket links. You can also vote for the prelims. We've got a ton of people. You can vote more than once because the people who get the most votes move to the next level. So go vote. The link is at watchwhatcrappens.com or follow us on Instagram. You can find all the links there. Also, we will have a live streaming ticket this year for the Grammys. So those of you who can't make it to for the Grammys, for the Crappies, God, my head, really.
For Dinah Manoff's birthday party, you can stream it here.
Special guest, Dinah Manoff. All right. We're putting it out there.
Literally going to reach out to her to come to the Crappies. By the way, it's important to vote. Just look at what happened to Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, okay? You need to vote. Otherwise, your favorites could get snubbed, okay, everyone? So go to watchwhatcrappens.com and vote. Otherwise, you never know. You never know who might sneak in there. Yeah.
So go do that. We're super excited, and that's so quickly, not prepared at all. Gonna spend the weekend doing Crappies stuff, musical stuff, try and figure out some dramatic things. We need the drama. But we're working on it. We're so excited to be there. And this is a video. So we are on Crappens On Demand. Hi, go listen to videos. Go listen to our Southern Hospitality bonus episode. That is also a video and an audio episode this week on Patreon. Because, you know, it's the lowest cost show on Bravo, so we make it the most expensive on Crappies. That's how we roll.
We pass on the reverse savings to no one. So, yeah, but by the way, that was a really funny recap, so everyone really should listen to that one. So let's move on. Today, we are at the Beverly Hills cast trip in Spain. So the episode opens up with people packing. It's the classic Real Housewives or People on Bravo packing, which is basically people holding up dresses and tops and hats to their assistants or their children or their pets and asking them what they think about it. So we start that off with Garcelle, who is just like, how many suitcases do I need? I can't believe I'm traveling with glam. It's insane. It just seems excessive. I'm alone speaking to my dead goldfish.
But not sad about it. That's for sure.
Or desperate.
Then we go over to Dorit, who's with PK, but she's not with PK physically. Is she alone? Dun, dun, dun. So today's episode is a study on loneliness. What is loneliness? Are you loneliness? Are you lonely just because you're not with somebody? Or can you still be lonely when you're with somebody? Let's take a moment, guys. Let's take a moment. Dorit's with Jagger and FaceTiming PK, who's shirtless in bed. Can I just put in a request as a lonely, depressed person that's not depressed because they're alone, but just because it's something I guess you're born with? Put on your clothes, PK. I don't come on here and do this podcast shirtless, and I'm on the same scale of pasty as you. Put on a fucking... Sorry, from one pasty bitch to another.
You know, the thing that's been hot for the past few months is this thing about like how often do you think about the Roman Empire? So apparently for PK it's quite a bit, because he was wearing that sheet like a toga. It was sort of like wrapped up, like one shoulder was out, but the other sheet was sort of doing an over the shoulder look. I was like, you're doing some Caesar cosplay, aren't you, in London?
Yeah, one time Brandy Howard called me, you know, from Julie and Brandy. She called me, and it was late, but I was like, oh my God, is someone dead? Because, normally we just see each other in person. And so I was like, oh my God, I have to answer. So I answered, and I was shirtless, but I had my arms kind of over the pillow because, I'm not a monster. So I was answering like that. And also like OnlyFans, like people got to pay for this.
Like a trapper keeper.
Yeah. So I had like my arms over a pillow, like Lucy in the Peanuts, like giving advice over her little thing. So I was doing that. And she still to this day is like, remember that time I called you and you woke up and you're like fucking naked, probably jerking off while we were talking. So I think I'm just triggered whenever I see PK do it. But stop. That's the point.
Yeah. It was alarming to see that amount of skin on PK so early in the episode, Yeah. So Dorit's like, she's like, hi, bub. Oh, you're in bed. You should have warned me. Could you put a filter? Could you make your bare skin look like a puppy dog with a tongue sticking out? Thank you so much. It's a little hard for me to look at.
Jigga, can you bring those shoes over for Mummy? Just a spoonful of sugar helps me to think of tansy. So he runs off to get shoes for her, and she's like, thank you. Be careful with those, honey. These are a collector's item.
Hi, baby. What's going on? Oh, Baba, how are you feeling? Are you tired? I can see the a half can of Pringles has been left uneaten. You must be exhausted.
Beebe, are you sleeping on London time? You have to get on London time, Beebe. Vicky.
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm not on London time. I'll tell you what city whose time I am on. Ladies and gentlemen, Berlin.
Take my breath away. Sorry, she's exhausted. She's on London time, actually.
We got our bands mixed up.
We've dragged Berlin out of bed, darling. All right.
So Jack is like, go back to sleep. If you want to get on London time, go back to sleep. And Dorit's like, no, absolutely not. Gee, if you want to get to London time, you have to wake up and you have to stay up.
So then Crystal is packing with Lucy. This is the kind of lonely I like. Really rich. You're always having to film with the help because nobody around in your life. But you're just so rich, you don't have to care. And they're paid enough to be nice to you. That's the kind of company I want. I hope that one day I'm that rich.
Also, I hope that next season, Lucy is on the Traitors. I think she'd be great.
What if she has been this whole time?
Yeah, because she probably had so many resentments about Crystal.
She probably, what if she's been like a traitor in this house the whole time and like Crystal just goes disappearing, but then Lucy ends up with a coconut water business?
Here's a great idea for next season of the Traitors. Half of the cast are employers, half the cast are employees. So you have all like housewives or whatever, and then you have assistants and glam, and then we can really get to the bottom. We can really get to some interesting relationships.
Yes, bring class into it. I love it.
Yeah, upstairs, downstairs.
So then Crystal is joking about doing flamenco, and Lucy's like cracking up, and they're making wacky flamenco dance things. And then we go over to Sutton packing with Avi, and he's wheeling her around on a suitcase in her room or whatever. And she's like, oh my God, we have a million things to do. Okay. I've got to pack my dead friend. Let's get that done.
Yeah, she's gonna pack her good friend. She's bringing glam. She's like, hey, Avi, don't be upset. I'm gonna bring glam. He's like, I understand you have to look good in Barcelona. And she goes, but I'm also bringing Merce. And he's like, Merce. And we find out she's not bringing another person, but that she used to work for Merce Cunningham, who is like a pioneer of modern dance. And she's gonna bring his ashes.
Yeah. So she's like, you want to go get him? Go get Merce. And he's like, me? Why do I have to do that? She goes, because we have to pack him. What are we going to put him in? Should we put him in this moisturizer tub? It's like,
It's like, that feels like it's not going to be secure. And he's like, well, she's like, will this fit? He's like, well, if we dump the ashes in there, we'll find out. And she's like, but then how do we know if it's going to fit in there? Maybe I put the Ziploc bag in a pretty thing. Like, I don't know. Is there like a shoebox around or like an old M&M bag we can shove the Ziploc into? Something respectful,
I mean, it's all fun and games, but you are flying commercial. And I wouldn't suggest like taking a random container and putting white powder in it. Okay. Because you're going to get in trouble. Trust me on that one.
Yeah.
And also, when I die and someone's taking around my ashes, because I want the most traumatic, not death, but I want the most traumatic disposal of my body ever, which I think is that one, right? Is getting, what do you call it? I just called it that, my ashes. What do you call your ashes?
Cremated?
Cremated, yeah. I want to be cremated. I want to be cooked and smushed. So when you guys are taking around, whoever it is, probably, well, Ben won't do it. Probably Dom. I'll leave Dom a note asking
What?
him to
I'm not gonna carry your ashes.
No, you'll be like, no, what would he do for me? You know.
So
So
carry your ashes. I will
That's
happily
sweet.
carry your ashes.
no, thanks.
And then
so
people
when
are
you're
gonna
carrying
come to
my
your ashes and be like, "Oh my god, these ashes, they look so good."
finally, Ronnie got his pores as tight as he wanted them. They're literally finer than sand. So when you're carrying my ashes and you say, Ronnie, where do you want me to spread you? I just want you to hear my voice going, now you're trying to be nice to me? You just put me in an oven and fucking crushed me to death as you started me on fire. Fuck off. I don't need you to think of a romantic. You might as well throw me down the fucking garbage disposal at that point. I mean, you just literally crushed me in an oven, sir.
And to that note, happy birthday again, Alicia Keys. This corpse is on fire.
You see, it started with fire and it shall end on fire.
Wait, so you want to be cremated just so that way you can, after you're done being cremated, turn around and be like, you fuckers burned me.
Yeah.
It's a trap. Like,
I
it's fine,
do.
just burn me. Wow, you really burned me. Wow. You're
Yeah.
supposed to say, no, we're not going to burn you.
And then if you die first and I bury you, because I'm sure you'll want to be buried, right?
Well, I'm Jewish, so I don't think we're actually supposed to be cremated.
Oh. Well, okay. So I'll bury you nicely. And then I'll guilt trip you for like taking up part of the earth. I'll be like, wow, man, gonna just decide to take up a piece of this earth forever, huh?
Well, the trick's
Nobody
on
needed
you.
this. There's no overpopulation or anything, Ben. Jesus.
Well, the joke's on you because we Jewish people already have started the guilt trip because we're supposed to be buried in modest coffins, just like a simple pine box. So, like, as we are getting buried, we're actively saying, "Don't mind me. I'll just take the pine box. Don't mind me." No worries. You know, I'm just dead. Don't worry. I don't need anything fancy. Just
no
put me in a
bells
pine
and
box and
whistles
put me
for
in
me.
the earth.
No bells and whistles. Just
So
give
wrong
me
you
the
get me a
bass
nice
Corolla.
coffin. So wrong you get me a nice coffin. That's fine. You know what? You keep the nice coffin. I'll take the bad one. I'll take the bad one.
That's fine. You know what? It's how you treated it in me real life. Fine. Just fine. So Sutton tells this story about how she worked for Merce. And she's like, I was in my 20s, back in the 90s in New York City. And Merce was one of the best in the dance world. And he was respected. And he really liked me. Or the way I watered plants, at least. Like, aw, that's sweet.
I loved seeing this independent film at Sundance. Sutton and Merce.
I can't wait till my TaskRabbit guy is worrying about where to take my ashes. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so mean today. That's just the mood I'm in. Okay,
birthday.
I'm gonna.
Come on, we
It's
need to
our
be cheerful.
anniversary, and it's put me in a mood of being dead and being mean to people who are dead. Very sorry. Yeah, there's my apology.
So they are going to pack Merce. And, Son wants to spread his ashes in a significant place with people who are probably not that significant in her life. So, yeah, they're gonna do that. So now everyone's going to LAX and everyone's showing up. Annemarie has she has a lot of suitcases, I think about 8.5 of them, and they're just coming down the sidewalk and everyone's like, oh my God, that's a lot of luggage, which is funny because this is the cast that always brings, literally like a circus, like trucks amounts worth, like giant elephants and tigers and pashminas coming by in huge crates.
Yeah. So Crystal's really excited to have a great restart for everybody on the trip to Spain. There's nothing a sangria or 5 can't fix. So Erica's like,
Well, everybody seems to be starting on a good note. Nobody's killed anybody at the airport. Hold on, watch this.
do what I learned, guys.
You don't even need a key in that one. You just go straight for turkey about to get slaughtered. All right.
Crystal, what are you doing over there by baggage claim? My veins. My veins.
So they get on the plane. They go to the plane, and they're in first class. So Dorit puts on PJs that are $1,217, which is kind of an odd amount, right? $1,217.
Very Price is Right. Yeah.
And she hasn't paid for them. Oh, by the way, we don't find that out. It's just something I know deep in my heart, and I cannot wait to see. I said this the first time PK and Dorit came on the show, and I'm going to say it the last day that they're on. I cannot wait to see them get arrested, one or both, because they're shady, and I don't believe that they even paid for these PJs or that they're real. I think they're probably knockoffs, and they're still fake. I think they're knockoffs, and they're still not paid for. That's what I think.
I think so. In my mind, I'm like, who changes into PJs when you're flying? And then I realized, this is so that way Dorit can later say, oh yes, when I flew to Spain, I was in a PJ. Yeah, I was in PJs. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful flight.
Yeah, I took the PJ to Spain. PJs for PJs.
Yes, we have a Chanel PJ. It's one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. So then I'm saying so again. Remember yesterday when I was going to stop saying so before every sentence, but then I couldn't do it? Well, still can't, apparently.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappies commercial.
A new year is a great time to grow your business, but if you're stuck in the trenches of daily tasks like managing order fulfillment, you're not able to focus on what really matters, increasing sales.
ShipStation can help increase your profitability by automating your workflow and keeping costs down with industry-leading discounts.
No matter where you sell or how you ship, your business can grow with ShipStation.
The order details page easily automates shipping tasks and manage orders in one simple dashboard.
Yeah, the order details page lets you quickly and easily update crucial order information and reduce errors.
It's effortless integration everywhere you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more.
ShipStation has enterprise solutions that reduce warehouse costs and improve profitability.
ShipStation's robust automations and reporting make scaling easy. And as your business grows, you can save thousands on shipping costs.
Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce businesses with ShipStation, and 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life.
Make this year your most profitable one yet with ShipStation. Use promo code Crappies today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 30-day trial.
That's ShipStation.com, promo code Crappies.
I always like to begin the year by clearing out my closet, but this year I'm also upgrading it with pieces that will last beyond the season from Quince.
Quince creates timeless essentials that never go out of style. You'll have them in your closet forever.
Quince has all the must-haves like 100% Mongolian cashmere crew neck sweaters from $59, 100% leather jackets, and fitted pants.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. I love that.
I got a beautiful wool jacket from there. I look so handsome. Like everywhere I go, people are like, oh my God, you're so hot. And I'm like, Quince. Thanks, Quince.
Yeah, I have a really cool overshirt, and I also got a really chic bracelet, and honestly, I felt very stylish, which is a rare thing for me.
Upgrade your closet with Quince. Go to quince.com/Crappies for free shipping and 365-day returns on your order. That's QUINCE.com/Crappies to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Crappies. Crystal is joking that pajama outfit is worth more than more than her wedding dress. Whatever. I don't even know how to speak without saying that word. Nothing will come out.
To be fair, Crystal's wedding dress was just a Simba costume from Party City. So Crystal is also wearing...
She's like, well, what did I need? They were just lifting me up above the crowd, singing The Circle of Life.
Is Erica chiming in?
Erica. She's like,
Was there a turkey one in that? Was there a turkey in that version? Because they needed to have a turkey in The Lion King.
The other thing, so I mean, Dorita's wearing $1,200. This is a $1,200 pajama set, which is, it's unnecessary to change into pajamas on an airplane, first and foremost. I think we all agree. And second of all, she's only changing into pajamas that way she can show off her expensive pajamas on camera. I appreciate Crystal, who's wearing $7 pajamas. Although I guess she also still, even at $7, I still don't think you have to change it to pajamas. But it was a funny disparity between.
Just wear your pajamas. That's what I do. Just wear what you know.
Just wear something from Kyle by Shahidium. It's basically pajamas.
Kyle by Shahidi. Is that her name?
Shahidi?
Kyle
by Dinah Manoff.
Shahida? I think
Shahida maybe.
I don't want to.
I think it's Shahida.
It's not nice. Well, by Shahida, yeah, Shahida. Kyle by Shahida too. So let's see here. Sutton wants to play a little game, guys, because they get to Spain. Okay, they get to Spain, yeah, and they get on their Mercedes bus or whatever, and she tells us about the house. It's from Stage, I think. Is that how you pronounce it?
I always thought it was Siege, but because it took me this show to realize it's actually Siege. I actually don't remember how to say it properly, so I'm just gonna make a fool of myself on our 12-year anniversary and just say Sidige. Sidige.
One of the first places that the Merce Cunningham Dance Company performed in Europe. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? I want to take a coffee, just like Merce would have asked me for. He would have said, "Hey, you over there with the scarf on your head. I see you. Get me a coffee."
Oh, God, look at that tree. That reminds me of when I was watering his ficus and he threw a shoe at me and said, "Faster, bitch." Oh, God, the memories we shared.
Sutton brings up a game. Because it's the Real Housewives, and that's what you do. You play little games, because why would you be expected to make conversation with each other when you're 8 adults who've known each other for a long time?
I'm sure I like most people who are watching this, who watch Bravo, we all released a collective groan at the Let's Play game. But luckily, this was actually kind of a funny game because it was an extremely self-involved game. The game was called All of a Sutton. And it's all about Sutton. And it was just questions about Sutton. It was just Sutton trivia. And I was like, well, you know what? This is the sort of game I can get behind.
Yeah, because it's not trying to be something else. When other people do it, it's a roundabout way to get them to talk about you. You know what I mean? They'll say, like, okay, today's game is, what is the cheat gift? Why does everybody talk about me all the time? Why is everybody trying to take my picture right now and like make it seem like I'm a lesbian with Morgan Wade? Why?
Or the games come from the Lisa Rinna school of like, let's just be like fabulous and hilarious. Let's show America how fabulous and wacky we are. What was the last place you hung upside down and an opossum licked your vagina? You're like, whoa.
Okay. Okay, that was Crystal in the woods. Okay, now, when was the last time Lisa Vanderpump leaked that to page 6? Right now, right now, she did it.
So the winner of this,
God, Lisa Rinna, that's a rough one. I forgot how like crazy that terrible impersonation is. I literally just got a head rush.
So much can change in 7 years, can't it? Actually, really, the people who've taken on the torch for Lisa's terrible games is really like Aaron on Roni these days. Guys, let's play a game. When was the last time your hot husband banged you in an elevator? I'll start today. Okay, now you guys talk.
Okay, so the game is Sutton. So they're talking about Sutton, and there's different questions, and there's a prize for this. And Garcelle says, "Is it a Birkin?" No, it's a good prize. This game, all of a sudden, is going to have a really good prize, everybody. So let's do it. Name one of my cats. One of her cats is named Prince. I forgot that. And not Prince like princess, but Prince as in get, not the real art, but a print of the art.
Yeah. So Erica remembers that. I was sad that I didn't remember that because I love her cat. And then, what was my first job in New York City? And Dorica goes, oh, I know. Bucks of Stars. No, not Starbucks. Erica's like, barista. And Kyle goes, oh, stripper. Oh.
No, that's Erica.
That's right. And guess what? Nothing's changed. Yeah.
And you made a lot more money than I did as a nanny, because that was my first job. Okay, she was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens, when her boyfriend kicked her out in one of those crushing scenes. What was she to do? What was she to say? She was out on her fanny, and then over the bridge to the Sheffield's door. Oh my God, have I forgotten the lyrics? And over the bridge to Flushing and the Sheffield's door. She got more. She got style, she got flair, she's got grace. And that's how she became the nanny. I forgot the lyrics to The Nanny. I'm quitting. It's our 12th anniversary and I'm out of here. I no longer can do The Nanny on demand.
Well,
goodbye.
Listen, as long as you don't forget the lyrics to Empty Nests on you know whose birthday. Life goes on, but so do we. Just how we do it is no mystery.
Don't kiss Dinah Manoff's ass. She's already quit listening to this episode after I said Etta James was better than her. So she's gone. The Dinah Manoff dream is dead, Ben. Okay, let it go.
We'll try again
next year.
When's Sally Struthers? Is she coming up?
How could you forget I was a nanny? Sally Struthers, as played by Jen Shaw.
Now that is, if Inception were about that, then I'm on board.
I'm suddenly down for an Inception sequel.
Sally Struthers as played by Jen Shaw.
What about me? What about this starving child in Africa?
What about me?
What is my father's name? Mr. Sutton.
I know your father's name. It's John. That's actually correct.
Same name as all of my first customers over at the strip club.
Well, his name is John T, but I'll take John. I'm like, wow, you are very exacting. And then she turns to Garcelle and goes, Garcelle, you are very disappointing. She's like, oh, I'm not even trying, okay? All right, well, what is the name of my middle child? And Kyle's like, vodka. Ah. No, but esophagus. Philip.
It is Philip. Okay. What is my second car that's not my Rolls? Was it her Rolls or her Bentley? I forget.
Bentley.
My Bentley.
Dorit's like, is it a Chevalier, chocolate. Your second car is chocolate.
Is what the doctor, are you trying to say that, never mind, I'm not even going to go there. Okay. Chevy. And Erica says,
It's the F-150, for fuck's sake, people.
I do believe that Erica is the winner. Erica, congratulations. That is a review you will never get from the stage.
In the words of that will never be spoken at the Oscars, the Grammys, the Tonys, or the ESPYs, or the American Comedy Awards, Erica is the winner.
Don't worry, Erica. There's a Shakers Award out there somewhere for you. I believe in you. But you get a tiara. Congratulations. So she gets a tiara, and Garcelle's like, is it from Dolce? And she's like, no, it's from Set and Store. Okay, you're going to wear it. You're going to like it. So then we go to the villa, and we meet Zoe, who's the Airbnb house. She's like, welcome to this Airbnb. Everyone's going to love you.
Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the Via Catalina. Can I show you the villa? And so they walk in, and Erica's like, hey, Kyle, here's your shirtless temple. And Kyle's like, oh, well, yeah, it's my non-alcoholic. I'm not drinking anymore because I'm going through such pains with my marriage. Want to know about it, anyone? Anyone?
Oh, my God. That lady who's offering me the Shirley Temple, I mean, was she suggesting that I like girls? Because I don't know where she got that impression. It's a drink, Kyle. Okay.
I just want to make sure she's not giving me anything alcoholic because I wouldn't want to think anyone was cheating on my drinking plan.
That lady just offered. That lady's taking my picture from behind the plant. Why?
Kyle, why are you tattooing the K onto that lady?
Lady's like, would you guys like me to show you a tour of the house? Yes, I will go on tour with you. Oh my God, why does everybody think I'm in love with that lady?
Well, unfortunately, I can't go on tour with you because I'm already booked to play a mermaid in Peter Pan, where I will be singing My Heart Will Go On while a cream pie goes into my face. It makes total sense.
So maybe I can get some tips from you on what to do in that role, maid. Actually, I'm not a maid. I'm just showing you the Airbnb, so please follow me.
Yes, sorry about that, but I'm afraid this is not really my realm of specialties. Airbnb is my realm of specialty, but mermaids are not actual maids. They're just merfolk, live under the sea, that's all. Okay, let's look at the house.
All right, welcome to Via Catalina. It was built in the 14th century, over 700 years old.
And Erica's like,
Oh, jeez, we got Jesus times up in here. Good God. That's when Tom was born, BC.
Yes. This was built by one of the most famous wine-producing families in Spain, and while it's been fully restored and modern, we've decided to keep some very, very old, dusty wine bottles just to remember that this was built a long time ago. So enjoy.
Yeah, I need plumbing and electricity, so enough, okay? I'll go see a cave on my spare time. As long as there's like a hot dog shop or something in there, I'll go to the museum version of the cave if there's a gift shop or something. But I don't want to be staying in a place with a cave from Jesus times.
So Erica is like, is this place haunted? Well, it's not haunted, but we do every now and then hear the voice of a spectral voice throughout the hallways that goes, get it.
They should be so lucky to be haunted by Vanderpump. No, she announces that they're haunted by little people, which is so odd. I just love the idea of like a Rhea Perlman ghost. And they're just like, the ghost is just making smart ass comments to Shelley Long the whole time.
It's just Wesley from Mr. Belvedere, just locked in at his age when he was on Mr. Belvedere, walking around.
It's just random smaller people from television that we've loved over the years. Just like the best of toddlers and tiaras wandering through there.
It's just child actors of the 80s.
Oh, Webster.
It's Brian, the kid from Family Ties.
You can't do that to Webster. Don't make Webster hang out with Brian.
Well, you know the kid, the baby that came along midway through that show.
No, nobody remembers that kid.
What about Tina Yothers? It's like
Tina Yothers. Oh, rest in peace. Tina Yothers passed, right?
No, she's very much alive. I mean, maybe her career, but I do like the idea that, like, guys, I woke up last night and I could have sworn Tina Yothers was at my bedside.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she did pass.
No, Webster did not pass.
No,
Emmanuel
Tina
Lewis
Yothers passed. I knew she did. You're so disrespectful.
Tina Yothers did not pass.
As an American actress, let me see. Age 50.
Emmanuel Lewis is alive, I want to say, by the way.
It says years active, 1981 to 2013.
That's
well, what does that mean, Wikipedia?
Career.
Oh.
She is alive. She's 50 years young.
I love Tina.
With any luck, she will be a presenter at the Crappies.
Let's just shit on stars from the 80s and see if they'll come.
We can make it happen.
Okay, next up, they're all freaking out, because it's a Real Housewives show. So,
Oh my God, it's haunted. Are any of them rich? Listen, usually I'm in a position of waiting for them to die. So if they're already dead and rich, I'm in. All right.
So then Sutton laughs, but then Dorit does a wah! And then she like grabs, Erica's hand, like, I've got PTSD from ghosts. So she goes, what the hell? Who the fuck says that? A haunted house by Tina Yothers? And Annemarie says, oh, well, we all know who's the first to go in a horror movie. Me. And Garcelle's like, between me and Annemarie, I hope it's her.
And then we find out one of Erica's talents is that she can smell spirits.
Otherwise known as Sutton walking through a door.
Okay, next up, they are looking at rooms and wait.
I get it, Ronnie. I get your joke. I get your joke.
So they're all very confused. Like, what is the little people thing? Are those aliens? And are they ghosts? What are they? Are they
I think I'm gnomes. I've got no idea what those little fuckers are, but if they fuck with me, I'll probably fuck them. Listen, I'm single. Why not? Ready to mingle? Am I right, bitch?
And Garcelle's like, I mean, they would be little and really pale and have hair sticking out, and their eyes are big, and they're coming for me and saying, Garcelle, I'm not lonely, everyone. I'm not lonely. I just think about these things when I'm alone, and I have emotional responses, but I'm not lonely.
Well, we just want to make sure we are sure your ladies are tired from their journey. Please have these drinks.
Get the fuck away from me with those drinks right after telling me everybody who comes here dies and just stays forever. Hey, what is this, the Hotel California? Get me the fuck out of here.
They get trapped in one of the ancient wine casks that's downstairs. So it's like Get Out, but it's like Get Lit. Does that make sense? I feel like that was going to be a good joke, but I don't think it was. So they all are down. They're like getting situated and everything. Still talking about the ghosts, and then they see like there's like an attic door. They're like walking around. There's like a what do you know, those like ceiling door things? And Erica starts pushing it, and Dorit's like, no, gee, don't do that. You never know what PK's hiding. Have you ever seen him fall through a ceiling? I have. It's very scary.
Well, I'll tell you this, I don't need ghosts and little people in my life. I'm on medication. I'm trying very hard to remain stable. Trying to feel something. Nope, still not feeling it. Okay, let's just move on. Who's getting the master?
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
When you get HubSpot Sales Hub, it's like getting a new teammate, an efficient, organized, helpful teammate who's also super easy to work with and won't microwave leftover shrimp scampi in the break room. Learn how you can close deals faster and crush your revenue goals with Sales Hub at HubSpot.com/sales.
So now there's like a Thanksgiving Day parade of glam squads walking into this house. Like there's literally, I'm surprised we don't see like a float of Mikey that they're having holding the strings, or he's like floating in. Like there are so many people with these glam squads. It's out of control.
There's like 3 of them. I mean, it is like a little squad. Garcelle has one now, and she's like, oh, I mean, this is excessive. I never traveled with one until I met these bitches. You got to keep up with them. Am I right?
Would it have been possible that all this time when Zoe is talking about this place is haunted by little people, she just meant glam squads? Like these are just ghosts coming in. Like, here come the ghosts.
The glam squads are the offerings that they make to the little people.
I haven't seen Midsummer, but is that like the plot of Midsummer?
Spoiler alert.
I've never. I feel like
yes. Basically, they tell these glam squads like, "Come to my family's farm," and then the glam squads go, and then they never return again. But all the ghosts look really hot from that point on.
That makes sense to me. So everyone's showing up, and Dorit's glam squad lady, like they're hanging up all their clothing, and then Dorit's her rack in the closet collapses. So now they all think that it was the ghost that collapsed the closet.
It's the ghost of Canal Street knockoffs trying to get its shit back. Okay,
it's the ghost of Predators.
Dios míos. Can't believe that happened. I'm a woman of the world. My clothes fell on the floors. Come on, people, get it together. Don't you speak Espanol?
Then Kyle's like, oh my god, I don't think I packed properly for this place. So Dorit comes in and she just starts shading Kyle for all her choices, which I feel like I've been waiting many years for this to finally happen. She's like, Kyle, gee, oh my god, what the hell is this? Pleather with rhinestones? Is this dental floss? You've been hanging around lesbians, haven't you?
Well, I'm sorry I'm not like dressing like a widow from the 50s, like you.
So then we get an image of Dorit wearing her black suit with her purple fur collar. I mean, that is a pretty good description of how Dorit dresses.
Yeah.
So she says, well,
Kyle, this is so much leather you brought, Kyle. Why would you do this? Who's dressing you?
Jesus. What did you stop and rob Melissa Etheridge on the way over here? Melissa, leave a closet door open and Encina.
Who designed this piece? Katie Bland? So Kyle is like, well, I never know what I'm going to be in the mood for, so I just have a variety of things. And they're all shit, Kyle. They're all shit. You need to start hanging out with me again.
Kyle, this is terrible. Who made this? Katie Clang, Clang, Clang of the Trolley. Do lesbians like that musical? I'm getting my references mixed.
So Dorit's like, because Kyle says, well, leather leggings are my go-to. She goes, not in Spain or the rest of the planet. Please.
Kyle, who are you? Who is this new person that has invaded Kyle? I don't know this Kyle. Yes, she's got an amazing body and she wants to show it off. I get it, but what are you thinking? What are you thinking when you act like this? What is she looking for? A guitar? It's not hair product, I'll tell you that much.
Kyle, these are all disgusting, and I'm being generous when I say that, or should I say degenerous? So Kyle's like, she's like, okay, I've got to put everything away myself because I don't have glam squads. And she goes, well, honey, maybe some of the things you need to put away, like in the garbage can where your marriage is.
Oh my God.
Anniversary.
Dorit's trying to take pictures of me right now. First night at dinner. Okay, so they get the chef, Storm, who is cute. And they all start falling all over themselves when they see this chef. He's cute.
Yeah, I hope they all enjoy his terrible food because, unfortunately, you cannot be that cute and be a good chef. That is just the way it goes. They can all try to convince us later that this is some of the best prosciutto they've ever had in their life, but we all know it just came from a Costco tray because he can pull it off. He can get away with it because they just are like, Storm. Chef, yes, chef.
Storm,
yes,
whatever
chef.
you say, Storm. Sutton and Crystal come first, and there's a guitar playing and a woman singing. Okay, here's the thing. I need a band. I can't just have one person singing because then I feel so awkward if I'm not really nice to them and pay attention to them. I feel like if there's a band, you don't have to pay attention because they have each other. They can be like, hey, bro, that was really good. Love that lick. Love that lick in the second bar. But if it's just one person, like she has nobody to be like, just like the guy on the guitar, he's paying attention to the guitar. He doesn't have time to compliment her. So I have to stand there and be like, oh my God, I love this. Do you know any more Stevie Nicks? Anything. Oh my God, I wish she would shut up. I just wish she would shut up. She's just going to probably try another fucking Stevie Nicks. She can't do it. Why is she trying? You're doing great.
Yeah, it's like that thing. When there's like a little band, when there's like two people and they're doing music and everyone's just talking and no one's paying attention. And then the moment they stop, everyone turns around and goes, so good, as if we've ever been listening. But the good news is you were in luck because it wasn't just one person. You know who else was there? Ladies and gentlemen, Berlin featuring Chef Storm.
Garcelle is talking. Oh, Garcelle is in her room getting ready, and then Annemarie comes over, and she's like, "Wow, this house is fully haunted. I mean, there's doors that look like they shouldn't even be open. I don't play with that shit. Listen, I don't play with Ouija boards. I'm from Haiti, and where I'm from, there's voodoo, there's witchcraft. Growing up, I would hear stories. They went to a funeral and there was an open casket, and the person turned into a goat. I mean, who needs it? All right."
Julia from Miami is like, oh, that sounds wonderful. I moved to Haiti.
I'm glad you got my gift. Your cousin's funeral.
Garcelle's like, I mean, there are ghosts all over this place. I mean, I just saw the Babadook. I'm pretty sure that was just Kyle. You know what? You're right. You're right.
It must have been Kyle. It just scared me because in my vision, the Babadook was singing a song about getting banged on the kitchen floor. Yeah, it was Kyle. That was officially Kyle.
Kyle's like, it is really scary. I think I just saw Michael Myers. Oh, wait, sorry. I was just remembering when I was in 2 Halloween movies recently.
Garcelle says, wow, if there's any ghosts in here, please be nice. Okay, let's talk, Annemarie. So Annemarie is joking with her, like, hopefully these ghosts will get out of here by the end of the year. So Crystal and Sutton are talking on the patio about how they're the first ones, and then Dorit even comes down before Kyle. Kyle is taking forever to change from one terrible look into another terrible look. Wow.
Kyle,
she's really going for these terrible looks.
Kyle is like, what sort of like softcore porn dress should I wear? Now, when I say that, I don't mean like, it's like if you've ever seen a softcore porn, they always have very strange wardrobe when they are dressed. Like they always are wearing like odd florals, etc. Like in those strange, in the moments in the non-sex scenes.
Yes, like we need something when she's in the office. Oh my God, what do people wear to an office?
It's like when it's always like the therapist is going through a walk through the woods with her client, which doesn't make any sense, and they're both wearing sundresses, but strange sundresses with poofy shoulders and stuff.
Like, why does Janine have a jacket on her head for this scene? Oh, sorry. How do you?
They're like, we don't really understand.
Where does it go?
We don't understand how to work with clothes in softcore.
I brought your file. You don't pull the file out of your vagina, okay?
I'm telling you.
Jacket on the shoulders, folder in the hands. Jesus Christ.
One of my favorite softcore porns I ever saw starred the actual dearly departed Dana Plato. Maybe that's who you were thinking of. And
I think so.
There was a scene where she was sitting at a table having dinner with another couple, and they have a whole scene where they're talking about dinner. She's in a sweater. They're all like in this kind of clothing. So she's in a sweater, and they have a whole scene where they're talking, and then she goes, well, I'm going to turn in, and she stands up, and she's wearing no pants and no underwear. So she was just in a sweater with her, it was just her vagina. She just stands up and her vagina and a sweater on. I was like, oh, so you sat through all of dinner like that. They really have a curious way of doing wardrobe in these movies.
Yeah. So Kyle's doing that and trying on a bunch of different stuff. And then they're all waiting for Kyle, and it's so Kyle wacky. Like, I'd love to shop. Like, it's crazy. Is there anywhere to shop in here? Lady was just giving us a tour. I love shopping. So she does that for a while, and then the chef Storm comes out, and he's like, "Hello, welcome to Villa Catalina. I'm Storm. I'm Chef Storm." Like, oh my God, Chef Storm!
Tonight I'm going to serve you Ritz crackers with some cheddar cheese and some grapes I found at the supermarket. Oh yes, feed us, Chef Storm.
Delicious,
so authentic.
And Erica's like,
well, a lot of you, eh?
And Garcelle's like, wow, we can tag team him. He's fucking hot. Let's do it, Erica.
Garcelle's like, Storm can feel free to rain on me anytime. Bring it. I was like, okay, Samantha.
It's really hard not saying so. That's why I keep taking pauses.
Stop
I keep
obsessing
looking for
over it.
other
It's okay.
words.
By
I'm
the
not
way-
obsessing. It's just a fun thing, Can I stop saying so? I can't. And when I think of it and try and think of something else, I need to write a list of other acceptable. You see, I can't even say acceptable now. I'm ruining my entire vocabulary. I need other acceptable small
Why
words.
don't you say dearie me?
Deary me? Okay. I'm going to write it.
Deary me. By the way, a
Deary me.
linguistics professional commented on our Instagram that backed me up on everything I said, which is that these words are totally acceptable and fine, and they're good for our brain. Good to
That's
help
okay.
our
It's just a challenge, guys. It's just a 1 day challenge.
okay.
2 day. 1 week. 1 week.
Deary
challenge.
me. Garcelle.
Deary me. Erica is still talking about the hot chef. She's like,
There's a hot chef here. That's all I care about.
because they go to get their they go to the dinner table, and Annemarie says, "Well, we need to look and see if he has a ring." That's fucking crazy. I mean, if he does have a ring, it could mean scoliosis. I'm just saying, it's a medical profession.
So Sutton's like, okay, well, I brought a special guest. And Kai goes, one of the ghosts, or a bottle of vodka, you're an alcoholic, want to ask me about cheating, stop asking me about cheating. Well,
Okay, everyone, I would like to introduce y'all to a special friend. Oh my God, what is that? Is that moisturizer you're bringing out in front of Chef Storm? No, it's powder. His name is Merce, and he's a world-renowned choreographer. He is a real big deal, guys. It's a real big deal. And Kyle goes, in a little box.
Oh, so it's a big deal. Is that why you kept him in a Ziploc bag for 12 years in your house? Okay. So they're all like horrified that he's in a Ziploc bag. And the son's like, well, I mean, he came like this in an envelope. And Kyle's like, that's a Ziploc. Isn't she crazy? I'm like so grounded and down to earth. I understand things now that I'm friends with Morgan.
Well, when you get ashes, they come and it's a Ziploc. It's a Ziploc. It's a Ziploc. It is hilarious as a Ziploc. And Garcelle says, this man meant so much to you and he's in a Ziploc. Yes, that's how they come. That's how we come once they crush us. You think they have special little things to put you in? You just basically said, I don't give a fuck. Throw me in an oven. They put you in a Ziploc. That's what they do. My papa was in a Ziploc and like a Payless shoebox or whatever forever. And then my grandma accidentally sent him to the Goodwill with the rest of her stuff. My Meemaw sent him. She put him on the pile of Goodwill stuff. There's nothing like trying to hunt down your grandpa in the Goodwill. Oh my God, I was mortified. No. Never found him.
I mean, that's a look. Now that is, I'm sure your papa probably loved having that story like associated with him, right? That's funny.
Yeah. He's up in heaven like, well, they donated me.
I'm sure he's not the first one also that's happened to. Like,
but who else can say that? Like when Goodwill like guilts you, you know, it's like, oh, you brought us a bunch of unwashed clothes. I also brought you my grandfather. All right. Be grateful. He meant a lot to me.
And they're like in a Ziploc. So Son's like, well, Merce, he's one of the founders of modern dance. And Erica's like, along with Martha Graham and Twyla Tharp and Pookie the Pookie. And
she didn't even say that. She just said
Twyla. With Twyla, right? Me and Twyla, we're on a one word name basis. It's all right. We know each other. Broadway to Broadway, bitch. Broadway to Broadway.
And Erica basically says that like Merce was a legend, but she didn't know about him, and that like Mikey, when she asked Mikey like who he is, he's like, how dare you? And I got checked by my own friend. So there's that. Erica learned. Now does she know about Dinah Manoff? Okay, because that's why I really want to know about.
But that bitch can't dance. She was also in Chicago before we kicked her ass. Everyone said I was better than Dinah. Stupid slut. You know, I'm just gonna call it Dinah Manoff. I'm not even gonna be on a one-on-one with Dinah. What an idiot.
Kyle's like, I know about Dinah Shore. So Erica's like,
what? Why is everybody like acting like it's such a weird that I like golf? Like, what do you mean you want to get a picture of me saying how much I like golf?
Don't send this to the tabloids. Oh my God, did I record this and you already leaked it to the tabloids by accident?
Portia just pops from behind a plant and takes a picture. Runs off.
What are we talking about?
So Merce and I had a bond immediately when I was working in the studio with him. I think he liked me as a dancer, and he liked my work ethic. You know, I would cook for him. He liked also how I watered the plants, or brought in his mail, or swept off his stoop. It is kind of hard to cook someone dinner when you're left on their stoop with their mail till they open the door. But I did it. Thank you, Bic Ladders.
His favorite activity was throwing fortune cookies at my head and said, you want to have some fortune? Get out of my face. Then you'll find some fortune.
Here, he would say, here, honey, have a cookie that's going to have more fortune than you're ever going to have. Fortune cookie.
He'd read those fortunes, but instead of saying in bed, he said, Sutton sucks.
You shall have a long life, Sutton sucks. It was touching.
And it'll be better than Sutton's. She'll also do that. So she's saying that he was such a unique person, and by the way, this guy really is apparently like a huge legend. And so it was actually really cool that she had this relationship with him. And she says that Merce was one of the most important men in her life, probably more so than, you know, even Mr. Dolce. So Crystal said, so now Storm brings in his food and everything, and it's like, here's some fig Newtons, and I found some leaves in the parking lot, so I just sort of rolled them up. You can just sort of touch them. It's like, oh my God, this is the best food I've ever had. This is wonderful. Yeah, I'm all about this.
Culinary greatness right here. So they all love it. And Erica's like,
Oh, yeah, I just love this. It just bursts in your mouth.
oh, with so much cream. It's just so creamy and bursty.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to swallow it. Second I can. The second I find out it's left its wife, it's getting swallowed. That's for sure.
Dorit is just like losing her mind. She's like, oh, the creme fraiche. Oh, this is absolutely as creamy as a cream pie to the face in the middle of Peter Pan on ice. Oh, I just can't get enough of it. I'm about to lose my mind.
Ladies, welcome to choose.
Dorit in the car shop. I will never, ever forget that.
Ladies, welcome to choose.
It's like she was stabbed. It's like she walked in to look at a Bentley and someone stabbed her in the face.
Oh my gosh. Okay, dearie me. What are y'all talking about over there? And Garcelle's still making orgasm sounds. And Kyle's like, I feel like when you go to different countries, you have to like eat what they bring you, and it like forces you to try different things. Because like, I never would have eaten this. Never. It's salmon, Kyle. You literally only make salmon.
I know. These are all such like it's nice. It's like salmon with creme
It's
fraiche.
basic. Yeah, it's all very basic. It's like, would you like a cherry tomato with on a toothpick with a little bit of fresh mozzarella balls? It's like, this is nuts. It's like insane.
Kyle, I love Kyle talking about eating different things. I've been eating a lot of different things lately. Ha ha ha. Come on, don't put that on TMZ. So Annemarie is like, I just want to interrupt as long as we're not talking about esophaguses. Just wanted to say esophagus. Okay. I feel like there's like a bit of an elephant in the room. Guys, my marriage is great. No, not about that at all. But there's just some stuff I need to get off my chest. Last weekend was a lot. And there's like a lot of things that were said. And like on my part, I can apologize for Sutton. And Sutton and I, we talked, and I hope we're in a better place. And Sutton's like, yeah, you know what? This, the esophagus stuff is fine. My problem was lonely and insecure when you said that.
And then we see a flashback to Annemarie saying, I'm gonna wake up in the morning to my amazing children and my amazing husband and my amazing life, and thank God that I'm not lonely and miserable, or whatever she said. Yeah. Insecure. So, dearie me, Garcelle's like, damn. And Sutton goes, wait, who's lonely and insecure? So we cut back. And Sutton says, I didn't like that. You have 3 to 4 says at this table. I was
maybe 4. Oh, sorry. Stop starting rumors, guys.
I think I was more lonely during my marriage because he traveled a lot. And when he didn't travel, I made out with girls that we had tattoos together. So what? Big deal. Get off my ass. Why is everybody questioning me right now?
Can I finish my story? Anyway, you shouldn't have used the word lonely. Annmarie's like, and I can own that. I can own that, okay? And Garcelle goes, well, lonely affected me too. Ha ha. And she says,
I love that Annemarie's trying to bring up stuff to guilt everybody else. And they're like, no matter how hard you try, even at the beginning of your story, you're the biggest asshole at the table, okay? And you're terrible at this. You're terrible at this. This is such bad housewivesery. Just take her off. Wheel her out already.
Yeah, so Garcelle was offended because it's like, well, if you don't have a man, you're lonely and desperate. So Annemarie says, well, several of us were angry that night, and I said things that I was like not proud of, and like I apologize for them. Okay, I'm sorry. I called you lonely. Okay, if I said something mean, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Okay.
Listen, I would much rather be a lonely 10 than a 8.5 with company. You know what I'm saying?
8.5.
Yeah, I take an 8.5. Fuck off.
So Annemarie says, I'm sorry, because Garcelle's like, if that's an apology, don't apologize, because I'm not accepting it. And so Annemarie's she's like yelling at everyone her sorries. She's like, I'm sorry. She's actually not yelling at anyone. And that's very important, a very important distinction. But she's sort of like, she's not being like, I am, honestly, guys, I'm really sorry. She's like defensively saying, I'm sorry. She says, I'm sorry that affected you. I'm sorry that I said lonely. If that affected you, anybody else I may have offended, I apologize for that comment. I was angry.
Deal. If you were offended. Dearie me, Crystal says, calling me insecure? What was that? And she goes, oh, we're going to get to you. And then everybody just looks around all uncomfortable. And she says, okay, well, let's talk about the Crystal situation then. So the first night that Crystal and I met, we were at a mutual friend's house, and it was around the holidays. And the first thing that Crystal said to me about this group of women was that you ladies were not intelligent, no one was educated, and you're all very shallow and uneducated. So, there. Okay, what is that? So now you're just going to you're going to add tattletale onto everything else? Like, what is that? What does that have to do with anything?
I know. That being said, I fully believe that Crystal said this, by the way. I can totally imagine Crystal being like, oh my God, those girls, they are so shallow and they're uneducated and they're stupid. So Garcelle goes, damn. And Crystal goes, like shallow and uneducated? What?
And the word that offended Dorit, of course, the most is Shiloh. Me? How could I be shallow? She's like in head to toe, like Dolce, like labels like literally on every part of her body. She looks like a NASCAR for rich people. She's ridiculous.
I know. How could you accuse me of being shallow? All I did was wear $1,200 unnecessary pajamas on an e-plane.
Do shallow people put on pajamas on a plane? No. Deep people. Look how deeply I'm looking in this picture into the airplane window as I lean against it, thinking about the outfit that I'm wearing.
Son goes, well, she knows I'm educated. I learned from the school of Merce throwing pork chops at my head. So, got an A+ in that one. So
Dorit gets really offensive. Dorit gets really offended. Don't worry, she's going to get offensive too.
She's already offensive.
Would you expect anything less from Dorit? So Dorit gets very offended, and she says, "You're nowhere near more educated than the rest of us. By the way, child bride." It's like, oh, no.
Whoa.
Dorit just. I mean, one thing she's good at is just hurling out a microaggression, you know? So here she is, Dorit on time, as usual.
Yeah. By the way, how old was Kyle when she got married to Mauricio? I think it was about the same age. I mean, actually, she's been married for 26 years. She's 55 now. So that would say around 25, 24. So there. So Kyle is a child bride too, Dorit.
I thought Dorit was further apart in age than PK, because she's 47. She's close to my age. Don't worry, Dorit, I'll always be older than you. And PK is 54. Who knew? Wow. So, dear God, I'm never going to quit. So she says, because you were busy getting married at 12, the rest of us were building businesses, graduating college, doing things, you know.
Starring in major motion picture films. Kyle, this is my monologue.
So then we see a picture of Crystal's wedding to Rob, and she was 24 and Rob was 45. Did you see the snooty post that Crystal made? Like the bitchy Instagram post about all of this that Crystal made?
No. Let me look should I look it up?
Yeah. It's a picture of her and Rob. It's this wedding picture that we see. And it says secrets to a happy marriage. And then just basically it lists a couple secrets. And then it says, make sure your husband buys you diamonds and doesn't just rent them.
Ew,
wow. By the way, I just had a mini heart attack because Phaedra mentioned us in her story. What?
What'd she say?
Let's see.
Oh, because she's nominated for a crappie.
Yeah, she's nominated. She just regrammed. She actually didn't say anything. She just regrammed.
And there you go. Nice.
That's
pick
fun.
up that phone now. No, I asked Ben to pick up his phone. That's the biggest mistake I've ever
So,
made.
did you hear about this news? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to close it. It's on Do Not Disturb. I'm not disturbing. I'm only going to disturb Ronnie.
I'm a DNR. Deary me, Garcelle asks, did you say that? And Crystal says, I would not say that to someone I just met. I mean, I don't feel that way, so I wouldn't say it. And she says, that's false. I would never say those things. Video rewind. To confessional of Crystal saying, these women are quite savvy, but they're clearly not highly educated.
They were just, Bravo was sitting on that, just ready to rewind to that. I'm always so impressed at how they have like direct recall about any quote that happened in the past 10 years. I wonder if they must transcribe. They must have like transcriptions of all these shows that they can just type
keyword everything,
keyword or
you know?
something, right?
You know, you can keyword
Or maybe
it all.
it's AI. So Annemarie is like, I would like you to be like really honest though with like what you said about these ladies, please. And Crystal goes, I didn't say that. Like, don't you believe me with my rock solid defense of I would not say that to someone I just met. I don't feel that way. Like, by the way, that was like the most guilty response of all time. I wouldn't say that because I don't feel that way. Just say no. Just say no.
Yeah, just say no. I absolutely did not say that. She's a fucking liar. The end.
Yeah.
You know? But it's not the end because now everyone, of course, believes it because it's like so on brand, right? And then we see flashbacks of Crystal calling everybody dumb, basically, in 2020 saying, I'm not going to change the word I used. The word I used was used correctly. I will not change the word. Violate means to abuse your privacy and a disrespect of boundaries, period. Google it. In 2021. I know these are big words for you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to do Garcelle. I was waiting for you to do the Garcelle's response where Garcelle's like, we understand big words. So then we come back and Garcelle's like, yeah, we kind of already knew that that Crystal thinks that maybe some of us are not as, astute. There's a word for her. Killing it in Barcelona.
Whipping out that 2-syllable to trip up Crystal. Love that. And then you said that the ladies were fake socialites and that you were the only true socialite in the group. And she goes, what? And Erica tells us,
Isn't that a northeast, southeast kind of thing? What are we gonna do, a cotillion dance? Give me a fucking ride.
We all know that if you have a cotillion, it's symptomatic of something bigger, like an eating disorder. It's like, it's not a medical thing, a cotillion. So
I love that Erica doesn't even consider the idea of a socialite being a local thing. It's like, wow, a rich person who actually gives to charity as part of their life mission. She's like,
Why would you fucking do that? What are we, in New York City? Fuck that, I'm spending this shit.
Son goes, well, we all know that I am a socialite, so who cares? And Garcelle's like, well, I don't want to be a socialite. And Annmarie's like, nobody does. Nobody wants to be a socialite. It is one of the most pathetic and sad, and dare I say it, lonely and desperate things you want. Which part of you guys did you not hear me just say that I am a socialite? Hello?
BT dubs, I'm an idiot. I just realized that I said social. I was thinking of philanthropists because I think of socialites as being like rich ladies who are always on charities and stuff, but I guess I meant philanthropist. So I strike everything I just said, and I would like to blame the Gilded Age. And while I brought up the television show The Gilded Age, I also apologize to that show for saying, oh my God, you guys should go watch The Gilded Age. Bob Mackey does the costumes. Bob Mackey doesn't do the costumes. There's somebody named Bob who does something else, and somebody else named Mackenzie that does something else, and they come on one name after the other, and somehow my fucking bird brain put together Bob Mackey. That's how gay this brain is.
Is Bob Mackey alive?
He is. I believe that Bob Mackey is having lunch somewhere with Tina Yothers right now, talking about how amazing it is that his career just reignited because some fucking podcaster shouted him out as the costume designer for Gilded Age, and he just got a nomination for it. So, you're welcome, Bob. You're welcome.
Didn't he do all the costumes for the Carol Burnett show? I think he did.
I no share that. I don't know. I don't want to make another mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
Stupid already.
It's our anniversary, and the last thing we need to do is stick our feet further into our mouths. Okay. Okay. It's already. I mean, that ship has sailed, but whatever. So, like all of a sudden, like Bob Mackey is the line that we will not cross. Like, guys.
We've offended Bob Mackey.
Well, let me do an Annemarie apology. I'm sorry for anything I may have said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended you, Bob Mackey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the day our show was born and the date that we're cremating it. Goodbye, everybody. Dun, dun, dun.
What a send-off, or should I say a send-man-off. So, anyway.
I feel like Crystal could have said that. Yes, yes. And what that's basically saying is that my excuse for not being interesting, because my intellect is too teeny tiny, is that everybody's old and uneducated and stupid, and I will not stand for it.
And guess what? It's not that we're too dumb. It's that you're boring. So Annemarie is like, I mean, this is like embarrassing. Like, why would you even like be denying this, Crystal? And Garcelle is like, Crystal, did you say that? So then Crystal, again, caught red-handed. So she is now trying to deflect. She goes, first of all, it's offensive that you'd be asking me that. But no, I didn't say that. And Garcelle's like, well, she's asking you. She's accusing you, so I'm asking you.
Now, have I said that I'm very social? Sure. Kyle says, well, all the socialites I do know, they don't exactly say, of course, Kyle coming in here to just innocently, push Annemarie's story along. I was like, well, yeah, but the socialites I do know don't say that they're a socialite either. So, I mean, what's the big deal with that?
I love Kyle saying all the socialites I do know. I'm like, your sister. So, Crystal... She's like, I know some. It's like, yeah, your sister is the biggest socialite.
You know the most famous socialite in the entire world, your niece, Paris.
Yeah, literally. So Annemarie goes, the first time I met Crystal, that was when she told me that all the girls were uneducated and shallow. I mean, I thought it was really crazy that someone I just met 4 seconds ago was telling me all this information. But like now, knowing Crystal better and how she acts, it's very on brand for her to do something like that.
Okay, snitches get stitches. Okay, watch your back, because you've just activated Crystal, and Crystal is just kidding. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Thanks for making an effort. Actually, I'd like to say thank you for doing something. So she says, you have this need to like make people like you, or you need people to think like that you're better than them or something.
He goes, I don't need anything. I'm married to a very wealthy man. And Son goes, yeah, she does. She really, he directed The Lion King. They're set for life. And Annemarie goes, well, that's all I've seen. That's all you've seen? I've met you 6 times in my life. That's like nearly half the amount of friends that I lost.
Crystal, it doesn't matter because that's what you've shown me. Okay, give me an example then. Give me an example of when I act like I'm better than you. Crystal, well, right now you're doing it because like you're not being honest right now, which is basically acting like you're better than somebody else when you're not honest. So.
All right, well, give me another example. And Annmarie's like, oh, I didn't know the example game meant you had to have 2 examples. So let me think about that for a second. So Kyle goes, obviously, there's something about Annemarie that provokes Crystal because Crystal is usually someone who's like very reserved with her thoughts and feelings. And I've never seen her have a response to someone like this. And I think that Annemarie and Crystal just need to talk alone, quietly, intimately, maybe at the Chateau Marmont on the floor. Just 2 beating hearts together, being sensual.
Snorting drugs off somebody's stomach. I'm sorry. I was reading song lyrics on my phone.
I don't know.
What were we talking about? Also, why would you say something about Annemarie provokes Crystal? Annemarie literally provokes Crystal. She's literally provoking her right now. It's not something hidden that she's doing.
Yeah,
and it's working.
Yeah. Can we remember how like 2 weeks ago, Annemarie was like, oh yeah, this esophagus, usually, I mean, it could indicate an eating disorder. And then later on, she's like, yeah, well, Crystal's the one who said it was because of an eating disorder. Like, let's not forget that Annemarie fully gaslit that situation.
Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder what it is about her. Deary me, and but then like you need to be better than everybody, and then like you're asking me for examples, and I give you one, and then it goes back. Well, let me ask a question. Let me ask a question then. And Dorit's like, Dios míos, goodness, zapato camisa azul.
You need people to think that you're better than them. I need that. Yeah, it goes back to your insecurity thing, Crystal.
Oh, really? The girl who calls herself a doctor, who's actually a nurse? That's enough with you. John, John, John. And she tells us, Annemarie says that she wants to bring lightness and fun to wherever she goes, but actually she doesn't. She's antagonistic, and she's combative, and she's very, very divisive. Are those big enough words for everybody? Because I've been educated.
Annemarie is like, okay, Crystal, bring it down a notch. Bring it down a notch. Okay, bring it down, Crystal.
You're acting like a hormonal teenager, Crystal. She's like, do not tell me to calm down. It's like, hormones, hormones, hormones. Okay, do not make the little people come out, okay? The one with a wash rag around her waist told me I was the only person here uglier than Shelley Long. What does that even mean?
I mean, you don't even want to know what it's like to see Justine Bateman in the middle of the night. So,
why is Justine Bateman in there? She's not small.
Well, she was a child actor. Well,
Did
she
you
was
just
welcomed.
Mallory.
She was welcomed by the little people. Okay, so they're not all little. Most of the ghosts are little people, but they found Justine Bateman. Okay, in
but
the
then
woods.
Penny Yothers broke in there.
Penny Yothers said, "Hey, do y'all want to meet my sister? She's a big person, but I think she could get along with this."
We are idiots. Okay, what are we talking about? I forgot. Annemarie's still saying something. Okay, let me find it. So once she says, don't make the little people come out, Garcelle just gives us one of her. You know what else I want from you, Crystal? I want to thank you. For what? For giving you something to talk about and making your ass relevant, Crystal.
And they're like, ho, ho, ho. It's funny because it's true. Look, even the small Wonder Girl's laughing.
That's literally, she's literally got small in her name. You can't use that one against me, you bitch.
A robot ghost. Who would have thought such things could exist?
Ow! Fucking fracking freaking toes! Cheese and crackers!
Uh-oh. Did you just get attacked by... Did you get attacked by a ghost?
God!
Uh-oh.
Fucking fluke.
Funky
I
Brewster
tried
just got
uncrossing
you.
my leg and I hit the desk and it bashed my knee in. Girl.
Oh, God. God, that reminds me of so many memories with Merce. So Annemarie's like... Well,
look who didn't even react. He didn't even move his head. He stayed sleeping that whole time. I could have been dead over here. All right.
Oh, Bueller. Bueller's like, listen, I bashed my head on a fence once. This is nothing.
He's like, this is my 12th anniversary of listening to this fucking drivel. You think this bothers me?
So Annemarie like, well, I'm sorry that I trigger you. I'm sorry that you find my life so interesting. She has nothing to talk about except for me. So Dorit's like, guys, we've been up for a long time and we've traveled. We put on designer pajamas and I think it's time we put a pin in it, which is exactly what I said to PK when I asked for a new costume for playing a mermaid in Peter Pan Live.
And then Annemarie just comes up with more nonsense and says, don't take my kindness for weakness. And Crystal responds, when have you ever been kind? When?
When, Annemarie?
Yeah, that was a lot of stretching going on there. But you know what? Do your yoga. do what you got to do on your trip. Make your effort. I see.
It was good. So then I was like, well, that was a good episode. But then I was like, wait, it's still going. Okay. So, yeah, Sutton basically summarizes everything and being like, hey, this is our first night in Spain. I thought it was going to be amazing. We got wine, we got tapas, we got this beautiful table, we've got a chef, we got what appears to be a shoelace for an appetizer, but we don't care because he's hot. Hey, let's not ruin it, okay?
Garcelle wakes up at 1 a.m. and she's just scared of ghosts. So she goes to Sutton's room. and they talk about ghosts, and it's super fun. And then she decides to sleep with her, and what's going on here? Sutton's like, here's what I'm going to wear tomorrow. So she puts on this orange hat with like sunglasses on top, felt sunglasses that have holes in them, I guess, so you could see through to the eyes.
Yes. You can. It was an odd one, and Garth's like, "This is the ugliest hat I've ever seen. Who made this, Mars? Oh God."
Well, tell him I'm sorry, but he had it coming. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
It's like my friend made this. It's so cute. You just stop being mean to my hat.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be jealous of that. You are so crazy. So then, Garcelle was just talking about this is just.
Let's go to the next morning. So it's the next morning, and everyone's kind of gathering to talk about Annemarie versus Crystal. Garcelle goes to Annemarie's room because I guess she picked the short straw. I don't really know why else she would, but she goes, and she's joking about who cares. So then we hear Erica going.
What the hell is that? And it's like, oh, that's a new vocal exercise I've learned. Basically, I'm in court so much, I'm finally asking them to pardon this turkey. Get it?
Oh, of course. I hear George doing that all the time. Although hers sounds more like chains clanking against a radiator.
The ones I hear coming from George's room sound like this. Help me! Please bring a key while he's gone.
I'm an escort who's tied to a radiator. Please help me.
Someone please come in here and turn on Find My Phone. Please.
So now Sutton goes into Crystal's room and she's like, hey, how you feeling about last night? I got so heated. Okay, let me just close the door here. And Crystal's like, she's a lot, okay? Because I don't think that she listens. And then we go back.
This is my favorite part because Sutton's like, okay, let me close the door. Should I close it? I'm going to close it. Hey, close this door. Which is the door? Because there's the door, and then there's a closet to the right and a closet to the left, and they all are the same wood. It's like, wait a minute.
It's like Dorinda in her spaceship room.
Yes. So then back in Annemarie is saying, I don't like confrontation, which is why I confronted Crystal in front of everybody at dinner. And I really don't like being in a bad place with people, which is why I accuse Sutton of having an eating disorder publicly. You know how it goes. So I just want us to be good. You know what I mean? Because like that being said, she's not being truthful about what she told me about the group.
So she for sure said that. Yeah. I do not lie. I don't lie. And then Crystal's saying, Sutton's saying to Crystal, she's calling you a liar in front of the whole group. And Crystal's like, yeah, but I don't believe anyone believes it, honestly, right? No one believes that I would ever call you guys a bunch of fake socialites and dumb. And like, what did she also say? She said, you guys aren't even married to anyone who's made an iconic cartoon. Like, I would never say something like that.
So Erica and Dorit are still in the living room, and Erica's like,
well, do you think Crystal called us dumb, stupid, shallow, uneducated whores or what?
Well, I don't remember the whore part, but...
Well, she would have been correct mostly, am I right? I mean, come on, look around.
And Dorit says,
no, I don't believe that Annemarie is flat out making it up, I'll tell you that much.
Erica thinks that there's some truth in it. She doesn't think that Annemarie would just pull that out of nowhere. She goes, well, we all get frustrated in this group. We all say things. Some of us even do this. But you know what? If we're uneducated and shallow, then why be here?
Oh, gosh. It's not like she's sitting with you at a real lunch table. You're on television. That's why she's here.
I know.
How else? Well, she doesn't have the power to recast the shows. You're stuck with the idiots you get,
Yeah, Son's like, is it okay for her to call you a liar? And Crystal goes, no, it's ridiculous. I don't know what else to say. Well, why are you letting her off the hook? She goes, well, here's the thing. This is the difference. You need someone to say that wasn't said in order for you to feel better. And I don't.
Sutton says, we all know, Crystal and I have had some very, very challenging times. I mean, like the time she had the challenge of having clothes on when someone innocently comes to their room to bring them a jacket. I mean, is that so hard? My children know black people. Okay. There was one in our hot tub one time. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I forget why I'm talking about that.
All I gotta say is United Color Benettons started in my hot tub. So Sutton's like, hey, you know what? Just keep sticking up for yourself because what she's saying isn't nice. Am I asking you to fight a proxy battle on behalf of my esophagus? Yes, I am.
So, God damn it. Sutton is like, just Crystal says she's going to tread lightly. And Sutton says, well, you need to tell her she needs to not mess with you or my esophagus. Everybody convenes and goes to get in the Sprinter van, and Erica's like,
Hey, how about we go see a cathedral and do some confession? Because some of you bitches need it. That's right.
Well, I've got some good news to share with you all. I've been cast in Turkey Les Mis.
Bring him turkey. Bring him turkey. Bring him turkey. On my pretend that he's I have a
Huge news.
okay.
You got news.
So I got good news, guys. Remember last year how you guys were being bitches to me about my diamond earrings and I said were mine and were deservedly mine, that I didn't steal from any goddamn orphans or widows and they didn't deserve a fucking thing from my ears? All right, well, guess what? Let me read you something that just came out in the newspapers today. Erica Jane, innocent in all charges, gets to keep diamond earrings, and if the widows and orphans paid for them, the judge says, well, good, it was worth it. Every fucking penny.
Everyone's like, oh, so what does that mean? Well, the court wants the trustee to prove that the money used to pay for the earrings was the actual client fund money. In other words, you can't prove that the money was used to buy my earrings, so you can't do that, and they shouldn't have taken the earrings in the first place. So booyah, everyone. And everyone's like,
yes, and she tells us,
Oh, well, these ladies were so mean to me, so mean. And now they see that I was right the whole time. I am innocent of all charges, I say.
no, that's actually not what they means. What that means, and that kind of scuzzy lawyer, Ronald, whatever, who was coming after Erica, who still is, by the way. He bought his wife those earrings at the auction. I had heard that, but I didn't know that was true. But I was looking up these news stories. See, he still has them. He wasn't ordered to give them back to her because it was argued by the trustee who is dealing with that estate that they're still not Erica's. Like, Erica doesn't have the right to any of that money anyway because her husband is a fucking criminal who defrauded a lot of really innocent people out of a shit ton of money, and you're still trying to walk around in diamond earrings that money funded. And even if they didn't fund that, they still funded your whole fucking life. My God, lady, have some fucking respect. At least pretend you don't want to wear them in public. You know what I mean? Come up with a better argument. We don't need to relitigate the whole Erica thing. I just think it's funny that Erica is having such a great season, and she's like,
guess what? I need to make it very clear. I'm innocent.
Like, no.
well, that's actually, that's kind of what Garcelle says. She's like, Garcelle's basically like, I wish you would just like let the earrings go, just like sell them and give something back to these victims. Even like you're not guilty, even though you're not guilty, you're giving something back and you need the good karma.
Yes. Yes, that was a much easier, shorter way of saying it. I should have just kept reading through my notes because that was way better.
Yeah, but it was our anniversary, and like there could be no better anniversary gift than you getting like just like a little moment of getting mad about Erica's legal situation.
Me getting mad in the defense of widows and orphans.
So,
because of course, you know what happened the minute this was said, right? I pressed pause and I went on to Google and I read stupid People magazine articles for an hour.
I know you did. So the women don't seem to really care. They're like, okay. And Sutton's like, well, the thing that you're saying because you got loud, like maybe when it's so loud we can't hear, so like maybe we don't get so loud. Which is so hilarious. Erica's like, look, I'm vindicated. I'm legally vindicated. Yeah, but you were loud before, so don't be a loud person.
Let me tell you one thing Merce loved. Silence. Okay.
I can't control people's reactions, but I was expecting more from these bitches. I really was. I don't need anybody to put their arms around me, but I do need you to acknowledge that I'm innocent from the beginning.
Luckily, when I go to sleep tonight, I know I'll get a nice warm hug from the ghost of Balky Bartakovas.
They are on their way to the chapel now, and Annemarie is saying, we need to come up with things to say, like set our intentions for the trip. I'm like, I hope we get to the chapel and Crystal doesn't call the saints poor and uneducated. So it would be embarrassing. I don't even think they had college back then. So,
you know what? I have a lot of disappointment in a lot of these women in this trip. You know, like you were so passionate last year, but after I've gotten a favorable ruling, everybody's like, okay, I love you. Therapy.
Crystal can't wait any longer because she's freaking out in the van. We start seeing Crystal like slowly get there, and now she's kind of on a low-level freak out where she's like, I need to get out. And they're on this like twisty, really high road, so we don't know what's going on, if she's has a fear of heights.
But she feels sick. And by the way, the producer's a real asshole because she's like, oh my God, you need to stop the car right now. I'm going to throw up. It's like, what? Do you need us to stop the car? I'm going to throw up. Wait, you want us to stop the car? I need to throw up. Should I stop the car? Everyone's like, stop the car. Should I stop? I just want to clarify. You want me to put my foot on the brake, put it in park, stop the car so you can get out and throw up. It's like, stop the fucking car already. She's going to puke. Jesus.
Yeah. So then she goes out, and I don't think she pukes. I don't know. But looks like she's going to puke. So they sit with her, and she's like, oh my God, guys, look at my veins. And we look at her veins, and they're big. And Annemarie's like, oh my God, holy crap. Those are really, really big veins. So
yeah, it's probably from an STD. That's what I've heard. Sutton, why'd you say that? So that's the cliffhanger of all things. I thought the big dinner party was gonna be like the climax. There'll be a to be continued, but the to be continued is Crystal needs to barf on the side of the road. So will she barf? Will her veins like stop being so big? That's something
nobody
we'll have
knows.
to wait a week to find out about.
Yeah, like literally nobody knows what's gonna happen.
And Kyle's like, the universe works in mysterious ways. Last night, these two were at each other's throats, and now Crystal's at Annemarie's mercy. And I'm not having an affair. Oh my God, why would you say that?
Let me tell you what's not very mercy. Barfing on the side of the road. He never would have done that. Never.
But he did barf on me several times. He would say, get over here. I want to show you something. I'd be like, what is it? He goes, blah. God, so many times. I fell for it each and every time. Love that, man.
Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Happy anniversary to all of you who've been with us. You know, even if you weren't here on the first episode, you know what? Thank you. I wasn't here on the first episode either. Actually, I missed the first episode. So there you go. We're in the same boat. But thank you for everything you do for us, you guys. We love you. Come see us at the Crappies February, or stream us, you know, whichever you guys would prefer. Tickets are at watchwhatcrappens.com for that February 17th show. Be sure to go vote in prelims right now. Get all of your links for tickets, voting, etc. at watchwhatcrappens.com, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Stroll in the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
She's never scary. It's the Green Fairy.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
She's the wind beneath our Jennifer Wing.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying. It's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Chadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee. It's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch. It's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Being an actual royal is never about finding your happy ending. But the worst part is, if they step out of line or fall in love with the wrong person,
it changes the course of history.
I'm Arisha Skidmore-Williams.
And I'm Brooke Ziffrin.
We've been telling the stories of the rich and famous on the hit Wondery show Even the Rich, and talking about the latest celebrity news on Rich and Daily. We're going all over the world on our new show, Even the Royals.
We'll be diving headfirst into the lives of the world's kings, queens, and all the wannabes in their orbit throughout history. Think Succession meets The Crown meets real life.
We're going to pull back the gilded curtain and show how royal status might be bright and shiny, but it comes at the expense of, well, everything else. Like your freedom, your privacy, and sometimes even your head.
Follow Even the Royals on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Even the Royals early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.